A Jewish cook sliced open a loaf of bread worth 500,000 marks. He then ladled a bowl of potato soup and divided it among the Jews, who had been starving for 3 days. The German soldiers found out the Jewish cook had been sneaking extra food to them. They raised their whips and lashed him, cracking his head open. Then they overturned the bread basin and kicked over the bowl of potato soup. They raised the whip again and kept beating the Jewish cook. The other Jews sat around gnawing on bread, watching the cook being beaten with indifference. The Jewish cook set out to seek revenge. He prepared a feast and lured the German officer into the kitchen. As the officer lifted the pot lid, the Jewish cook grabbed a small knife and hid it behind his back. He seized the chance to kill the German officer. The Jewish cook smiled. To keep the truth from being revealed, he decided to kill all the German officers in the concentration camp one by one. After that, the Jews sharpened daggers with tin and secretly kept axes used for woodcutting. Then a young Jewish boy pretended to repair a boiler and took 2 rifles from the armory, hiding them in the chimney and smuggling them out. When everything was ready, the Jews launched their action right away. They first lured a German officer to try on shoes, then attacked him from behind with an axe. But the German officer happened to turn around and dodge the blow. The Jews around him rushed forward at once, covered the German officer's mouth, then pulled out the small knife to kill the German officer. But this was just the start. The Jews then lured German officers to the tailor shop on the excuse of trying on clothes. As soon as the officer put on the leather coat, the Jews rushed out and strangled the German officer to death. After that, the Jews used various ambush methods and killed 15 German officers one after another. Seeing only one was left, the Jews destroyed the communication equipment to stop the Germans from calling for reinforcements. Meanwhile, the last German officer found a child while patrolling. The Jewish woman begged the German officer to spare the child, but the German officer refused. The Jewish woman took the chance to grab the child back, which angered the German officer, who pulled the trigger right away. The German officer then went back to the office and found blood on the door. Following the blood trail, he entered the office and found a corpse. He realized the Jews were planning to escape. The German officer hurriedly picked up the phone to call for help, but the phone line had already been cut. He had no choice but to let the soldiers notify others. The Jews, realizing their plan was exposed, immediately started to scatter in all directions. The Germans opened fire at once and sprayed bullets at the Jews, but the Jews charged through the gunfire and cut through the barbed wire. However, the area outside the concentration camp was full of landmines, and many Jews were blown up. In the end, half of the 600 Jews managed to escape, which became a miracle in World War II history.